Hey guys, BNH247 here, and this video is going to be going over all of the hater comments and some positive comments, as well as the top comments that I've selected for my most recent videos. Of course, the number one being the WoW speedrun, and I definitely tried to make effort to respond to every single comment, whether it was, you know, good or bad, because I believe in reaching out to every person. And I'll get more into that, but this is clearly a very sensitive topic, and I just kind of wanted to share some thoughts and reactions on some of these comments. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So this first comment reads, "You got so carried by your friend, dude. You clearly know very little about the game, like vanilla dungeons. You look so lost the whole video, and also you seem arrogant and boring. So I liked your friend, but not you. You suck." I like that last part. So, okay. It's obvious that I didn't know the layouts and every little detail about the game, because I only played in the Burning Crusade and the Lich King, and then on top of that I only played Horde and PvP. So I didn't really go to do everything else in the game because PvP is what I enjoyed, and you know, if I had no incentive to like go to some of those lower level dungeons, then I wouldn't necessarily know about them. I knew about leveling because if I wanted to play another character for PvP, I would level them up in quests in certain areas. But I never really went to dungeons all too much. Let's see, you seem arrogant and boring. That's kind of like an opinion thing. So when I was really recording this video and streaming it, I wasn't really thinking about like whether people would pay attention to some of these smaller details, but you know, I forgot that it's the internet, so they obviously wanted to pick apart every small detail to try and make me look like the worst possible person, at least for the haters anyways. And then pick apart the run to say how bad it was, which, you know, of course, obviously I knew that it could be improved, so they can pick that apart, that's fine. And then "you suck" is just a general hater comment. Alright, next comment. "This video is retarded and you suck balls." Can we just look at this person's profile picture and then just like, just move on? I think that's really enough to move on. There's obviously nothing of value to be had in this comment. You didn't specify what was retarded. You didn't specify what kind of balls I suck either. So I think my response is pretty alright. Thanks for viewing the video there. Good person. Comment reads, "I very much like the concept of this, but you were unfairly degenerating toward new players, calling them idiots and such. Even though you didn't know your way through at least half the dungeons, that's the main reason I didn't like it overall. The aggression toward other players, you are a bad part of the WoW community." Okay, so we'll go through this comment piece by piece here. Very much like the concept of this. Okay, so you're not a full... I wouldn't say this person is a hater really at all. They're just kind of upset about certain things that, you know, happened that I shall remind people was in the past, don't shoot. So it was a one-time occurrence, and you know, people are allowed to be frustrated, and yeah, the video is going to be on the internet or whatnot, but we weren't like directly targeting anyone. I wasn't gonna be mad at any players who couldn't keep up. It's like, you know, the whole reason why we couldn't tell anyone what we were doing is because we had more occurrences of trolls just trying to get in the way any way they possibly could, whether it was leaving, whether it was sitting at the entrance, just something that would have harmed, you know, the speedrun. And because we didn't have too much time to plan it, we didn't have like very much more thought than what I just stated. So to say we were unfairly degenerating toward new players, well, that's like, what's the expectation when you play an online game, to be honest? Because there's always going to be dicks and assholes, and I'm not I'm strongly stating that I had no intentions of really harming anyone or doing anything that, you know, would piss somebody off. And I had to, you know, get this speedrun going somehow. So dungeons was the fastest method, and we didn't have 3 other people. And there was really, as far as I noticed, and like remember, this is my perspective while I'm rushing through all this, there's only one person that was aggravated, and that was at the Throne of Tides, because, you know, he went some other direction and so on and so forth. And to argue that we were kind of interrupting a new player's experience, well, from what I've talked about with me and my friends, we didn't really experience it much different, because people were always having a high expectation and, you know your skill rotation, know which ones to kill, this and that. And then like there's always a person that might say it, you know, at the beginning of the fight. And this is back when, like, you know, things were a little bit more complex. But now it's like people only queue up dungeons just to kind of level fast. So of course people are going to be mainly speedrunning through it. I had kind of twinked out a druid a while back. I think it might have been briefly in Mists. I came back to play for like a week just to kind of see how the things were going in that expansion. And when I was doing the dungeon finder, everybody was like running as fast as they could. So it was basically just like a speedrun. And this was every single dungeon that I entered. Like, easily, I could just say 20 right off the bat. 20 dungeons within the time period I played for that day even. So if we were really interrupting somebody's experience, they know it's an online game and they know that some of those things could be avoided, and their alternative would be to just go do quests or, you know, PvP, or just experience something else in the game rather than solely relying on a positive experience to the dungeon finder. You always know that there's going to be, you know, people you don't like playing a game, so to say that I'm really degenerating toward new players is a little bit, you know, over exaggerated. And plus, this would have to be on the implication that I consistently do this rather than just, you know, a one-time occurrence, which it was. I really do try to be mindful all the time, but, you know, I'm a human being, so I make mistakes. So I think that's a fair response to that part of the comment. Obviously, I didn't know my way through the dungeons, so I agree with you there. And then kind of saying I'm a bad part of the WoW community, so I basically cover that with the whole, you know, one-time occurrence thing. So obviously I wouldn't really agree with that part either. However, thank you for inserting that comment, and it just made me it made me aware that I need to be more considerate and mindful, you know, even more than I already am. So thank you, Jack Mihoff. I'm not counting you as a hater, but I don't agree with all of your points. However, I will do my best in the future to be mindful of that. Here's a good one. Jesus, have you ever leveled a character before? Your lack of general dungeon and quest knowledge is ridiculous. He carried you so hard. Should be his record, not yours. He did all the work to get what you needed and then actually knew what he was doing. Then you have the gall to claim it for yourself. You guys did shit so wrong. I'm 100% certain people have done it faster than you without recording. Hard to claim world record when you're the only person to submit their time. Well, let's again pick this apart piece by piece, although some of my responses is probably going to be similar to the other comments previously. So have you ever leveled a character before? Yes, many times, but in different expansions when there was less changes and I knew the layouts of how some of the old dungeons and instances were, rather than some of the new layouts and new things added and new pathways. So that should have been a given that you know, if somebody hadn't played a few expansions, or at least extensively, that they don't know where to go specifically. And we ran out of time to prepare for this, so I already covered most of that. Carried you so hard, covered that. Should be his record, not yours. You know, where did I ever say that this is all my doing? I never, I mean, like, sure, yeah, I would come across as like somewhat of an asshole in the video, but I mean, we know each other, we're basically like brothers, so I don't really recall at any point saying that, you know, this wouldn't have been possible without him, because it wouldn't have been possible. He did all the work to get what he needed and actually knew what he was doing. Of course he did. He's played since alpha. That's why I talked to him about it and asked him if he wanted to do it. With how much is required to do this run, if he really didn't want to do it, or if he said, no, I'm just not feeling it, then I would have respected that, and then this wouldn't have been possible. So I'm definitely not claiming it for myself, and even when I made my GMV video, right at the end, I literally said none of this would have been possible without him, because you can't do 1 to 90 without basically 1 to 85, but still 1 to 90 without, another person. So no, this record definitely, I'd still say that, the credit is relatively even, because if I wasn't there, again, the run couldn't happen. If he wasn't there, the run couldn't happen. I knew most of the layouts. I did not know all of them. So that's, perceive that as you will, but that's, it's a little bit opinion based. You guys did shit so wrong. I'm 100% certain people have done it faster than you without recording. It depends. We were following a structure on speedrun.com, and 2-man, no use of instant levels, and that's pretty much it. 2 people, no instant levels, so we used XP potions and bind on account gear and everything else that we could to do a 2-man speedrun, which happened to be world record. So the thing is about saying that it's hard to claim when you're the only person to submit it, there's kind of a reason why we're the only people to submit it, is because the requirements to even do it are, a little bit hefty. So we put the time in, and while it might not have been perfect and the situation wasn't that great, we still did it. So before anyone really says comments like that, it's like either you should go ahead and do it and, prove us wrong, because I'll be happy to congratulate you. I'll be the first one to say, on your, if when I see the video, if it happens to be on YouTube, I'll go over there and say, "Grats, you did, you're showing people what we didn't have time to plan for." I will be the first to say that comment. This is going to be the last haters/negative comment, and this one reads as, "So cancerous to watch people make poor decisions. F. I can't continue watching this. He's so effing bad that it hurts my stomach." And then the person below him also wrote, "Give me everything he had and I'll break his record by nearly an hour." Alright, so cancerous to watch people make poor decisions. Well, there's an X button. It's usually somewhere up here, or maybe, wait, hold on, coordinate here, somewhere over here on your browser. It's either your tab or your browser. The next button, it looks like this. You don't have to watch. Nobody's saying you have to watch this, or you're going to jail, or you're gonna lose something. You clicked on the video. So then the next part of that, give me everything he had and I'll break his record by nearly an hour. I look forward to it, if you actually plan on doing it, or if that's more like hold my beer comment, But for anyone who does or is going to, break the record, make sure you submit it on speedrun.com, or it really just has no validation. So that's it for these hater comments. Let's move on to the people that I truly appreciate took the time to write some positive comments. This one reads from Mr. Bobby Schutz. "Fuck the haters, this is amazing." Well, Mr. Bobby, I want to thank you personally. Seeing comments like this definitely lifts my moods a little bit, and kind of, if I was even a little bit put off by some of the hater comments, this will bounce me right back in a heartbeat. So thank you for writing this comment, good person, because I don't want to say sir, ma'am, because I don't know. So thank you. Next positive comment is coming from Paul Carrion. "Nice work, man. I haven't played for almost a year, but was still cool to watch." Well, thank you, Paul. I believe there's a bunch of other people who felt the same way, some people who liked the video. So I chose this comment especially because you kind of highlighted a certain body of people who watch this video. So, you know, thank you for your positive comment. Like I said before, it's always nice to see. It helps motivate me just a little bit more. The third comment from Etau11. You lack pretty much in basic knowledge, what seems to be a little bit hilarious according to the fact on how fast you skip most parts of the game. But nevertheless, I enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for the full run. Now, see, this is such a great comment because it's representing like what he's actually thinking, and then formulating it in a way that's still funny and not like necessarily insulting. It's presenting, you know, basically at a very low form constructive criticism, since he's not like hammering on anything that I did wrong. All he was saying that is just like, I didn't know as much as I probably should have for the run, and he said it was funny, and then, you know, he left a positive comment. So, you know, thank you, Etau. I wanted to use this example to show people how you can more effectively see or present a comment that would have more of a chance on impacting the next videos that a creator might make. Comment reads from SoYoYoS. Subscribed, keep doing your thing. It's entertaining and can be improved a lot. And see, I like this comment not just because they said subscribed, but because he understands that a content creator really should be doing what they enjoy doing. So keep doing my thing. So my thing so far is, you know, gaming videos, speedruns. I'm looking into doing new projects, in real life type speedruns, you know, things like that. That's me doing my thing. So he understands that and isn't necessarily, you know, throwing out like a bunch of criticism, because he understands this is what I enjoy doing, and if he doesn't enjoy watching it, then he wouldn't be watching it. So it's just as simple as that. And he stated his opinion, and that it could be improved a lot, which it could. So all in all, it's a very well-rounded comment that I like to see. So, you know, for anyone who's watching this, you know, keep it honest. Do not lie to me, because I strive to improve and I want to reach out to a very large audience and try and make a difference. So thank you, SoYoYoS. So for the last supportive comment, this is from Noise Freak. He says, next time before you make a video, check your effing mic settings. It was effing annoying. Other than that, cool video. See, I picked this one because one, it's important for content creators and just people in general not to have thin skin to the point of where you would take all comments like the wrong way. Now, some people might argue like if they didn't have that second part of the comment, you know, other than that cool video, that it would just be a hater comment. But even then, I would still just take that as, you know, constructive criticism. My mic settings were bad and annoying, then I fix it, and it's, you know, it's a little bit better. It might not be annoying to a whole lot more people that might not write comments but still think it's annoying and wouldn't really watch future videos because of that. So thank you, Noise Freak, for the criticism, and then you know, positive opinions, so on and so forth. So appreciate you making that comment. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Well, if you were even aware that I was gonna do it. The top comment that I've received within the past months. Because it's mainly on the Warcraft video. Winner goes to Mr. Tough for the comment. Sorry mate, I have the speedrun world record. It is 10 seconds including character boost to 100 transaction process, Kappa. How could you not like this comment? It's like the perfect way of like trolling in a good way. So, Mr. Tough, if you happen to see this video, thank you for making that comment. You win the top comment selection. So other than that, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and you know, didn't get too, or at least the haters get too triggered by some of the things I said. All in all, I really do have good intentions, and I'm just trying to, you know, reach out to people and, you know, laugh, smile, help them out with their life, whatever it is. You know, if you want me to talk about a certain topic, if you want me to research something, do some kind of speedrun, or just a general video idea, you know, throw it out, you know, whatever you would like to see, and you know, I'll do the best I can to execute it, and you know, we'll go from there. But again, you know, thank you for watching. You know, the usual whole like, comment, subscribe, share ordeal. But only if I deserve it. So you don't really hear many YouTubers saying that, because I think some of them deep down know that they really don't deserve it for some of the content they make. But it is what it is, and you know, at some point I feel like I'm probably gonna make at least one of those videos, whether I realize it or not. So forgive me in advance. Alright, so that's it. Thanks, guys.